Hello everyone. So welcome back to my channel. So this is the AWS 02 Master Series, and in this playlist we are focusing on the AWS Cloud. So in the last few sessions we learned about how we can connect our AWS instance using the SSH and RDP. So in the today's session we are going to learn about to manage our EC2 instance using the session manager. So let us begin. So basically, when we are connecting the TE50 instance, we will just try to recall quickly about the few previous session. So we learned about the way how we can connect our instance, like using the Linux and Windows and PuTTY and remote desktop. So basically, in the today's session, what we are going to do, we are going to be connect our EC2 instance using the session manager, that is a separate services providing by AWS. So like we require to create a IAM profile, that is the one of the prerequisite, so that we can access our EC2 using the session manager. So coming to that session manager, basically when we need to be manage our EC2 instance without authenticating with our private, the session manager is the one of the good option. We can go with the session manager. So when we are going to access the EC2 with the session manager, the one of the main prerequisite IAM like a profile should be attached into that instance. So to create a IAM profile, we need to create a role with Amazon SSM manage the instance code so that the authentication will happen once we attach those profile into that particular instance. And another important things we just want to know about that, like when we are accessing the instance using the session manager, we don't want to be enable the port on the security group level. Without enabling the port, we can access our EC2 instance on the session manager. So let us quickly learn about that how we can create a role on the AWS console. And just to quickly jump into that console. So basically when we are going to be access our AWS EC2 instance using the session manager, we need to be create a IAM role first. So before that, I'll just create a one EC2 instance so that we will attach those profile quickly once we created that IAM profile. So I'm just to call it as the session manager lab. So this is the name I'm just calling. So I'm just going to be create as the Amazon Linux. So T2 micro and the key pair. I'm just going to be use it as the existing one, but we are going to be connect using the session manager. When we are connecting this machine with session manager, the key pair we don't want to be import. If you are going to be access outside the session manager, we should be authenticate with this key pair. So apart from that, I'm just create like a security group. I'm just selecting, and I'm just selecting at that existing one. I'm just trying to launch the instance. So the instance are getting create. So now what we are going to do, we are going to be create the IAM profile. Then we need to be attach those profile into the particular EC2 instance, like this session manager instance. We are going to be attached. Then only we can trade. Before attaching the role into the instance, if you are trying to connect, we it will throwing the error. The SSM session manager is out. Is not out. It's not online. Like that, we should be get the error. Basically, what will happen when we are launching the instance? The SSM agent should be installed on the EC2 instance by default. Most of the EC2 instance have a agent. There will be one more document is there. I'll just share you in the end of the session. You should be get it. If it is not available, AWS providing the documentation to run it on that agent so that we can get it. So basically, AWS custom manager agent. and pre-install. So if you click on that like AWS Session Manager pre-installed, so you can see most of the like AWS EC2 instance have a capability by default. The agent should be installed. If you don't have a like install, if you need to be validate using the command, we can check it, and the same way we can install that agent. So I'll just to paste you on that like in the comment section. Maybe you can check it if you require. So now what we are going to do? So without attaching the profile, we can't access. So what we need to be do? We need to be attach this profile. We need to create a profile and we need to be attach the profile. Then we can able to connect to this pan. So to do that, I'm just going to be like open the IAM. So click on the IAM. So, don't worry about that. I'll just take you off that IAM session in a separate once after completed that EC2, so that you will come to know what exactly IAM and why we need to be create a user and group. So that basics idea about that IAM, basically we can manage our like AWS console, and we can create a like a roles and policy, and we can create a multiple user and multiple groups, so that we can restrict the access for the user and group level. So that is why we are maintaining the IAM, and AWS also providing the IAM. That is the global service. So to create a role, what we need to be do, we need to be like click on the role on the IAM console. So here what we are going to do, we are going to be create a role. So just to click on the create role. And here what we are going to do, we are going to create a role for AWS services. So just to click on the AWS services and the use cases. Why we are creating a role. So we just need to be select. So basically what we are defining, we are creating a service like a role for the services of EC2 instance. So then click on the next. So here we need to be select the services, which is the one we like mentioned on the like PPT. So if you can recall that PPT, we need to be attach the role of policy of Amazon SSM Manager Instance Code policy. This should be attached to the particular role. So Amazon SSM SSM instance core. Amazon SSM manager instance core. This is the like policy we need to be attached into the role. So I'm just creating. So the role name I'm just going to be attached like AWS SSM manager manager EC2. So like this is the policy we are going to attach. Basically, when we are creating a role or policy, that JSON policy will be like generated, basically maintaining as a JSON by AWS. So like apart from that, we are not going to be change anything. We are just creating a role and just to recall that the name AWS Session Manager EC2. Next I'm going to be create a role. So this is the role we have been created. Now what we are going to do, we should be attach this role into the AWS EC2. So to do that, just to go to your instance and select the particular instance. So on the action page, like you can see the one option called security. So inside the security, you can like add the modify IAM roles. Okay. So on the IAM role, like we can just click on that that available role. Here you can see which is the one we have been created AWS Session Manager EC2. So just to update that IAM role. So what will happen? The role, those role will be attached into the particular like AWS instance. So just click on the connect and go to the session manager. If you can see the role has been updating, and that agent will be like taking some times to update. Like obviously for normal scenario, it will take 5 to 10 minutes to update. So once after update those role for the particular agent, we can like see the connect option. So till the time I'll just to pause this recording. So once it will be like completed, we will start the session. So now you can see the profile has been attached successfully. That agent also like connected with the those profiles. So now we can see the connect option also getting refreshed. So the first time it will take like minimum 10 minutes. For me, it was took around like 12 to 15 minutes. So don't worry about that. It will be automatically connect and it will be enable the connect option like as soon as once fetch the AM role. So to connect that instance using the session manager, just simply like click on the connect button. It will be automatically load the console on the web page itself. So it will be first it will connect that session manager in a separate service. Using those services, it will be connected. So the session manager, like as I mentioned, we can manage our EC2 instance over the internet, but not only the EC2 instance, we can manage our hybrid environment also, like using the session manager. So if you can see, this is the IP address of the my mission, like 219. If you can see that 219 is the IP address of that my EC EC2 instance, but you can see that the username, which is the one I have been connected, this is the SSM user, not a EC2 user, the SSM user. So one more thing we are going to be validate. So what we are going to do on my existing instance, if you can see on the security group level, we have been enabled the port 22, that is the SSH port. So as we discussed earlier, to connect that our instance using the session manager, we don't want to be exposed the 22 port on the security group level. So what we are going to do, we are going to be remove those security group port and we will try to validate. I'm just going to be delete and save rule. So what I have been done, I just removed that a rule on the security group, which is the one attached to my instance. So go to my instance and click on the instance. Just to go to security. Now you can see there are two ports only available. One is called 80 and another one called 3389 RTP port. Now I am going to be connect once again. So as per the document, the a connection should be established without port 22. I'm just connecting. Yeah, now you can see I can able to connect on the EC2 instance without SSH port. So if I can check it, the user is SSM, so I can take it that all the uh, so all the things we can do it on the SSM SSM manager itself. So receive. So now I can take it your test file. Okay, so this is the default file which has been created. Okay, I'm just creating that maybe okay demo. The ls-ltr grep. Sorry. Yeah, now you can see like I have been created the folder into the EC2 instance without exposing that SSH port. So due to some commands typo error, I just got some error. But anyway, we can do all the things without exposing the 22 port on the security group level. So basically, this is the way we can connect our EC2 instance without exposing the 22 port on the security group. So that's all about this session. So if you have any doubt, any question on this on this session, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll just explain you more on the upcoming session. So thanks for watching my channel once again, and we'll see you in the upcoming session.